hello, Rosy here with a story and an invitation. And this time it's not even my own personal story, it's a story that I read recently thanks to a wonderful woman named Mbali. I'll put her name and email down there for anybody who is interested in learning about her divination work and her connection to Africa. And I bring this up partly because my sister's on her way to Ghana right now as I make this video, but because this book, Life Safari, by John Strzelecki, which way do I go? There you go. It's just such a sweet, beautiful, profound book. One of those just good books to read, just to get you thinking about things that are good to think about. And it's about a man who really felt deeply called, and he didn't even know why, but he felt deeply called to go to Africa and to see all of the wonderful animals there and to experience the wildlife in person. And so he just worked for 2 years and saved up his money, and then he went off on this grand adventure. And the story is kind of like, it's like a personal story, but it's a little bit fable-like too. And basically, without giving it all away, he meets this woman, this old African woman, wise woman, who ends up being his guide. And in one of the first conversations that they have, she shares a concept with him, the concept of the Big Five. And she says that everybody, as long as you're human, there are certain things in your life that you need to experience, and it's very unique to each person, certain things in your life that you need to experience to feel like your life has been a genuine success. And I'm not talking about external measurements for success, but like a real feeling, like when you get to your deathbed, you're looking back and you're thinking, I did good. And she talks about how important it is for each of us to get a sense, a deep sense of what our Big Five are, and to let go of what the world thinks our Big Five are. Maybe the world thinks you need to buy a house and have kids and get married and make six figures and, one other thing. But maybe that's not your Big Five, right? So the invitation here is to start thinking for yourself, like, what are the things that I really, really want to experience in this life? And some of those things might be, big crazy stuff, like, oh, I want to go to Machu Picchu. I don't know why, but I want to go to Machu Picchu. Or it could be like, I want to have a child. That's really important to me, even more important than having a partner. Right? Or it might be, you want to travel, or I want to have, I don't know, it could be a million different things. I'm just like going off in my own little fantasy world right there. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that kind of thing, or it could also be something much more like internal, like an experience. Like, I just want to experience relaxation in my life. I really want to experience balance. I want to have a sense of home, or it could be anything, right? I'm just giving you some ideas, and I'm sure you have much better ones than the ones that I'm able to come up with here off the cuff. But anyway, that's my invitation to you, is to really start to think about, what are the things that you need, not what everybody else thinks you should experience and achieve, but what do you need to feel like this life has been a good life, so that you can look back on it and really treasure it. And I don't want to give too much more away, because there's some other really sweet little things in this book that I encourage you to read. But for now, just sit with that. What are my Big Five? Maybe just think of one thing, just one thing. And you might actually find that you've already done many of your Big Fives, that maybe you've already achieved them, but you haven't been really giving them credit or really letting them count, because they don't really match what you've been like taking in through the mainstream society, which is telling you what makes a life a valuable life. Okay, so be open to discovering that you're already doing it, and if there are things that you haven't done, start to open up your mind to really making those things a priority, a real priority, not just something you kind of say, because I think so many of us end up spending our life and all of our energy and all of our attention really trying to achieve other people's Big Fives, And that's such a shame. So, what are your Big Fives?